Namaste and welcome. Today's video is about light language, what it is, where it originates from, what are the different forms in which light language is channeled. This is all based on my knowing, my understanding of what light language is, my experience with channeling light language so far, and the download that I have received for this video to share what light language is and what all that my guides and light language itself wanted me to share with you all. So let me start with what light language is. Light language is pure energy. It is the language of the soul. It is something that the soul understands even when the mind does not understand. It can be best understood by the soul. The mental body or the physical body doesn't have got much to do with understanding light language, other than we using our ears or eyes to hear and look or watch the expressions of light language. So it basically operates at the energy body, which is why it can be best understood by the soul, or because it's the energy, an energy medium. It can also be understood best when we open our heart chakra, because heart chakra is an energy vortex. So the best way to receive light language is focusing on your heart chakra when you're receiving or when you are exposed to the codes. Just focus on your heart chakra. The moment we focus on our heart chakra, we dilute any blockages or doubts, because heart chakra is all about unconditional love. So when we're coming from that space, we are able to connect better to the codes embedded within the vibrations that are produced by light language, whether it is through sound or visuals in the form of scripts or symbols or glyphs. So it resonates not only to our soul but also to our heart chakra. So the origin of light language. There's a lot more to what light language is, but for the purpose of this video, I'll just go by how I have received the download to share some information about light language. So the origin of light language, if for those who understand in terms of dimensions, like we living in 3D and people being able to access 5D under meditation and all of that. So light language, and I'm talking about the one that I channel. This is coming from anywhere between 70 and 90. So this light language is coming from a very, very high realm, very, very high realm, and because it's coming from that level, it's very intense, it's very, very powerful, and that is what makes it ideal for healing. Also, it has power not just to heal, but to uplift the energy of a place or a person. It can even modify or regenerate cells, and it can even upgrade your DNA. So this is really very powerful. And if you understand or can sense the vibration and energy of that is projected in healing modalities like Reiki, pranic, or any of those healing modalities, if you know how that energy feels like when you receive it and when you project it, light language energy is way more intense than that. It's way more powerful, and it's just up there, and it is coming directly from the source. Yeah, this is very powerful. And for those who understand in terms of that's how my guides have told me to explain. So for all those who understand in terms of rays, like things belong to something coming from the first ray or the second ray, this light language is coming from beyond the seventh ray. So these frequencies are coming way beyond the seventh ray. So now I like to read a little bit from my notes, because I might just find it a bit confusing to explain this, and because my guides knew that, so they just make me write it down, and it was more like a download that I received. So they say energy is made up of vibrations of varying frequency and intensity, and light language is pure energy. Light language energy uses a catalyst in the form of various expressions of light language to produce a reaction within our soul. What I mean by various expressions is the various forms of light language. For example, the written, the script, the glyphs can be one form. Spoken or sung is another form. Movement, hand gestures, body movements is yet another form of light language expressing itself. And they say that you will be attracted to the form that resonates most with your soul. That will be one that is best understood by your soul. Even if your conscious mind doesn't understand a thing, your soul and your heart will resonate to it. You may find peace in it or feel it's something familiar, something that touches or touched your heart and soul, even when you can't really pinpoint what it is. There could also be more than one form of light language that your soul resonates or understands. If we go deeper into this, then your resonance depends on the history of your soul. How old is your soul? What all your soul has seen through the numerous incarnations that it has been through, where all the soul has traveled before this current reincarnation. Different galaxies, stars, even ancient civilizations that your soul has been a part of. And that's also how a person channeling light language can make out where the source, or where is that light language really coming from. Like when I channel, initially when I started, I knew that these are the Syrian codes. I knew this was the Sirius star seed. I knew this was Arcturus. I mean, I just knew it. And then for confirmation, I will hear it. I will hear the name, because I wasn't very much aware of star seeds, and not knowing much about all the ancient civilizations, but it just came gradually and naturally to me, and I was trusting my intuition, and I was making sure that all my clairs are working in union. So whatever hint that I get through hearing or sensing or knowing, or if any images flash in my third eye, I would just amalgamate all that knowledge together and would reach to a consensus. Okay, this is this and this is that. And if ever I had any doubts, I'll just go and check up somewhere like Google, or automatically somebody will come in my life and let me provide me with some information related to this. And that's how I became sure of the source, or which light language is originating from, or what blueprint, or what basic energy that particular transmission is carrying within it. So this a little more on my notes. They say that because this light language comes from a higher realm, and it is so intense and speaks directly to the soul, it is effective in healing. It can be used to transmute lower vibrations. The vibrations emitted from the light language are so powerful they can alter or shift the energy dynamics of the place or a person. It is capable of healing energy bodies, aura, and emotions. It can heal any place that may be carrying low vibrations. It can change the DNA, upgrade it, accelerate spiritual ascension, and also bring about soul level or karmic healing. So there is so much to light language. But we need to be open to receiving this knowledge, because if you look at it, step outside of knowing anything about light language, the spoken just looks like it just seems some gibberish, and the script looks like some scribbles. But when you tune into your heart space and then look at it, and I also believe that it's about the right timing. Not everybody is going to feel connected to light language. It's also to do with the timing. Like 3 or 4 years from now, I was never exposed to any light language. 2 years ago, 2017, 2018, I didn't even know that there was a written form of light language. I didn't know that there was scripts or glyphs. Those were also called light language. So there is a lot to light language when it's the right timing for you, and that also includes watching this video, so that when the time comes, you are automatically exposed to the world of light language, to the power of light language, to the energy, the codes embedded within light language. It's to do with your soul. When the soul is ready, you will automatically come in contact with light language or the various forms. It's like calling of the soul. So that's pretty much that I wanted to share. There's just one more thing that a friend asked me a few days ago. She asked me, can anybody speak light language? It's about spoken that she was asking me, or even written. But she asked me, is it possible for any person to speak light language? And the answer was yes. Because, excuse me, we all have the seed inside us. Each one of us have that seed inside us. It's just a matter of the right time, the right season, ample sunshine, enough water, enough sunshine, ample water, and nurturing available to that seed to sprout and grow. So yes, we all can speak, or we all have that the seed within us that can make us channel this divine, sacred, high vibrational source of energy. Just my personal advice or suggestion is that when you develop and you harbinger, if that's the right word, I don't know, unconditional love towards all that is around you, towards yourself, when you start forgiving people, and you do not attach yourself to any kind of emotional baggage in your life that you may have gone through, when you rise above all these worldly and materialistic chaos, when you become one with yourself, when you become one with the source, and you're operating from your heart chakra, when you're having when you're expanding in your ability to love others unconditionally, you automatically connect to that high realm when the energy just starts flowing freely, effortlessly through you. Light language is simply that energy. Yeah. So I hope I was able to expand your knowledge about light language, or you gathered at least something about what light language is through this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed as well. I was hesitant to do this video because I really didn't know where to start from and how to express myself and try to explain what really light language is all about. I'm still learning, I'm still exploring. I am still awakening to deeper knowledge and high frequency notes of light language. So I'm learning as well. But as I was guided to share whatever I've learned so far before I forget or I have more to share in future, I thought of making this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Namaste.